Okay, so just to give a better understanding of what I do besides making these videos on YouTube, outside of YouTube, I don't work a 9 to 5. I don't work like a regular employee job. Truthfully, this is what I do. I go around state to state, so I could be in one state, then, drive to another state. And all honesty, what I do, I just take pictures of this truck. So it's a little bit more freedom than just saying, hey, listen, do you work construction? Do you move? I used to do all of that. I used to do moving. I used to do like a little bit of construction. I used to do a lot of heavy, physical employed jobs. I kind of got out that notion because, like I said, that sucks. I'm saying it builds you physically, but it sucks, in the long run. So I don't do that too much anymore. Honestly, I don't do that anymore. Like I said, all I do is drive state to state, and I take pictures of this truck. So, like I said, I have a little bit more freedom, a little bit more creative space, a little bit more creative room to be myself and push out what I want to do in terms of my content. Now, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, especially if you work in the fast food industry or, like I said, you work like blue collar jobs. There's nothing wrong with that. But in my personal opinion, you have to take that and you have to grow from it, If you're stationary at let's say at a fast food job, or you're stationary and you don't want to elevate yourself in terms of growth within your particular field, you're doing something wrong, There's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with, getting money respectfully, There's nothing wrong with that. But with me, it's like, I don't know like I said, I don't know about anybody else. I don't know about you or, anybody that watches my content. But I don't know, it's just like a light bulb in my head that tells me, hey, listen, you need to build from that, And I'm gonna be honest, I don't like to work. Working sucks. And like I do work. I do have an aspect where I have to perform a job. But like I said, it's more freedom than just, hey, listen, I'm going to, a fast food job. I'm doing construction. I'm doing anything else. And like I said, me personally, the best type of jobs are the jobs that give you a little bit more room to be creative, be creatively free. You don't want to be shackled to being employed. And also,